Namaskar. Welcome to this special weekly edition. This week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parekh. Doctor, welcome. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
So much has happened in the past week, but we'll begin with your home state, Gujarat. The Chief Minister is changed. Talk to me about your reading of what led to this change, and Mr. Rupani is kind of let go abruptly.
Well, it was. This is a kind of a preparation of the upcoming election in next year, 2022, December. I think December 22, year from now. Because what happens is in Gujarat, the Patidar or Patel group, it's very powerful group, and Patel group is almost 90% or 80% of the Patels are usually pro-BJP. And in order to keep the Patel groups together as a voting bloc, I think these changes were made just for preparation of the upcoming election. Last time, Honorable Chief Minister Rupani Saab came because of that time Keshubhai Patel was threatening BJP by starting the new party in Saurashtra. And that's why they wanted to make sure that Saurashtra remains intact. And Honorable Rupani Saab is from the Saurashtra. And now they want to make sure that Patidar voting group remains with the BJP. And I think this is a kind of a pre-election preparation of the BJP.
I think that's a very candid analysis of the situation as it is right now. Whether we ideally say that caste should not become a factor or religion should not become a factor, but end of the day that does play its role. But you have been very close to previous Chief Minister Vijay Rupani. I believe he also honored you at a few occasions, and right now the optics as is given that probably his handling of COVID-19 has led to this decision. But let us look at his personality based on your observation.
I think he was very able, very efficient, and very kind of working together, very inclusive Chief Minister. And I think during his 5 years of term, he has done so much good in Gujarat. So many new industries came in the Gujarat. So many educational institutes got better, as well as I think he handled the COVID as good as anyone can do it in given circumstances. And therefore, I think he did a excellent work last 5 years. And was very impressed, and most of the Gujaratis were very impressed with his work in Gujarat.
So now, just staying with Gujarat for a little more time, and that is, I also heard from people they have favorable impressions of Mr. Rupani as Chief Minister. Do you think it is likely to play out adversely for BJP, though they are working to gain more mileage with this change?
I don't think so. I think this is going to be a very good kind of strategy for pre-election strategy by Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Home Minister, because they know the Gujarat, they know the pulse of the people. And I think last time we know that BJP and Congress came too close to each other. And BJP won, but BJP won with a very thin margin kind of majority. And so this time they want to make sure that BJP wins much more seats than last time, over 120 or 130. And that's what goal is. And I'm sure, and this is all changes, they are doing it to keep in mind the next year election.
Absolutely. So I appreciate your very minute observation about Gujarat politics, and I think it is commendable that you have good understanding of the state politics as well as international situation in terms of geopolitical conditions that we are in. And I'll bring you to 11th September. This 20 years have passed since 11th September 2001, when New York, America, overall was hit. Twin Towers disappeared in such a tragic way. What were your feelings this 11th September, and do you feel our world is, and especially America, is safer than what it was at that time?
Well, I think answer to your question is yes, because September 11 was really it changed the whole America's outlook for world and world's outlook for America, because America always thought that America is a country which is protected by ocean on the both sides, Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean, so it's difficult for any terrorism or terrorists to attack the USA land. But it was proven otherwise, and therefore we woke up, and our administration woke up, and they reacted very aggressively. And I think after 20 years now, they know that they put so many things in place, security, intelligence, and so forth, and to make America more safer from the terrorism.
And from President Trump to President Biden, do you think some of the channels, as well as some people, say that America was safer under President Trump, and there are more open spaces which are threatening internally and externally America? Do you buy that narrative, Dr. Parikh?
I mean, in a way, yes, because Trump was a little more nationalistic and president, and kind of inward president, more of interested in taking care of America only. He was not interested in policing the world. So, and that why Biden is just reverse, and therefore I think you may see difference in their way of handling the situation. And I think there is a lot of criticism about Biden's quick withdrawal from the Afghanistan, and it was quite chaotic. And I think we could have done better than that by keeping some forces there for a longer time. Small amount, just like still we have forces in the South Korea, and still we have forces in Germany even, and Japan. So that's the way to do it, rather than withdrawing everybody and then and leave the whole whoever left out there on the mercy of the Taliban.
Absolutely. And in this context, another criticism that is coming for President Biden is the policy regarding refugees. And they say that without proper cross background check, if you are letting refugees from Afghanistan come to America, that is likely to increase internal security threats. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, because I mean, if you do not do a proper check and background check and everything, then you are inviting terrorists in this group and can come to America, and it can be haunt us in the future.
Absolutely. And now going to Afghanistan with you, in terms of the way Afghan government is being formed, and yet it is not formed, and there is a little bit of confusion as well as chaotic state in forming of government at Afghanistan. But what we hear very frequently is Pakistan's increased role in Afghan affairs, as well as Pakistani army having supported Taliban at Panjshir, and they are also seeking support from Taliban for their issues with India. Your overall take on how it is likely to play out for Pakistan to have?
I think in this whole situation, the winners are Pakistan and China, because the Taliban is nothing but is a creation of the Pakistan. It's a Pakistan proxy. So Pakistan can use Taliban for their advantage, for both to harass the India as well as to harass the world, and may create some problem in the Kashmir even. So I think this is what happened in Afghanistan, or withdrawal of the USA forces from Afghanistan is not good news for India. Actually, India must have spent almost $3 billion worth infrastructure in Afghanistan as a generosity to, or as a gift to the Afghanistan. And I think that investment may be kind of probably will not be paid the reward. I mean, of course, it is good for the people of the Afghanistan, but India will not get any benefit out of it.
Absolutely, and that investment of building Afghanistan and helping build infrastructure has not given dividends for India is true. Very quickly, your take on there are some pro-Taliban voices from India also. Some of the Muslim groups based in India have shown a sympathetic approach towards Taliban, and which has led to a lot of criticism, obviously, and that results into very fierce debates on several Indian television channels. Overall, your take on how it should be handled, even if there are some pro-Taliban voices, when you keep on hammering them, probably you increase that sort of feel a little bit more, or how it should be handled?
No, I think government should be very vigilant. We should be very aggressive and keep the intelligence on the ground very focused to make sure that those Taliban sympathizers should not create any problem in India. And if they do, then they should take them out, and just make sure that it doesn't go any further. Because we have to protect our country, we have to protect our people, we have to protect our interests. So I think those kind of people, those who are sympathizer to the Taliban and create a problem for India, should be taken out and put them in their places. You know?
Absolutely. I think that is the clear pragmatic approach. And now, looking at the role Prime Minister Narendra Modi is playing in this situation, overall, we haven't heard too many statements coming from him, and we look forward to his presence here in America on 24th September. They have scheduled a meeting of Quad leaders at White House in continuation with the United Nations General Security Council meeting, General Assembly meeting. What do you expect from a meeting of Prime Minister Modi and President Biden to happen?
I think I'm sure that both leaders will discuss how to put the strategy together to counteract any terrorist threat from the Afghanistan or Pakistan. And I'm sure they will figure it out how to help people of the Afghanistan completely separate from the politics of the Afghanistan, and see what happens. And I think this is a very timely and very important and very critical meeting between President Biden and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Absolutely. So we'll see what happens, and we'll of course be talking to you as things develop. As we conclude, I personally want to thank you for sharing your insight on all these wide-ranging issues. Your parting words for our viewers, Doctor.
Well, I mean, dear friends, we all Indian American would like to welcome our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 22nd to 27th of September in Washington, as well as in New York City during United Nations General Assembly meeting. And we are very proud of him. He has done wonders for our country, and we all should support him, support his initiative, and stand behind him. And second thing, I would like to again repeat myself that Delta variant is still there. Please, if you are not vaccinated, get vaccinated and protect yourself, protect your family, and protect your friends. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye. Jai Hind.